Adaejah Hodge just broke track and field, and now the entire sprint world is arguing about one question. Did we just witness the birth of the next Olympic champion? Or is everyone getting carried away after one unbelievable race? Because what happened at the NCAA Championships wasn't supposed to happen. Not against a headwind, not after already racing the 100 meters, and definitely not against one of the deepest sprint fields in college history. Yet, somehow, Adaejah Hodge stepped onto the track and ran 21.68 seconds, a time so fast that it instantly placed her among the greatest women's 200-meter runners who have ever lived. Think about that for a second. Not among the best college sprinters, not among the best young athletes, among the fastest women in history. And that's where this story becomes controversial, because some fans are already calling her the future of the women's 200 meters. Others think the hype has gone completely off the rails. After all, she hasn't won an Olympic medal, she hasn't won a world title, and she hasn't faced every superstar on the professional circuit. But here's the problem. The stopwatch doesn't care about opinions. The stopwatch only tells the truth. And the truth is terrifying. Just days before this race, Adaejah Hodge ran 10.63 seconds in the 100 meters, a time that broke Sha'Carri Richardson's NCAA record and made her one of the fastest women ever. Then came the final. Everyone expected her to win. She didn't. She finished second. Most athletes would have spent the next 48 hours replaying that loss in their head. Most athletes would have let the disappointment follow them onto the track. Adaejah Hodge did the exact opposite. She turned frustration into fuel, and what happened next may have changed the entire sprint landscape. Standing in lane 6 at Hayward Field, with a headwind blowing directly into the runners, Hodge attacked the curve like she had something to prove. She wasn't running scared, she wasn't running careful, she was hunting history. Step by step, she separated from the field. By the time she hit the home straight, the race was already over. The only question left was the clock. 21.68 seconds. A new NCAA record, a world lead, and one of the fastest performances the sport has ever seen. Suddenly, this wasn't a college story anymore. This was a warning shot. A warning to Olympic champions, a warning to world champions, a warning to every woman who thought the future of the 200 meters belonged to someone else. Because the athlete who entered Eugene as a college star left looking like a global threat. And the scariest part, she may only be getting started. Keely Hodgkinson just changed everything with this race. For months, athletics fans have been hearing the same thing. Keely Hodgkinson is coming for the world record, the Olympic champion, the indoor world champion. The woman who smashed the indoor world record, the athlete many believe is about to end a 43-year-old mark that has survived generations. But after what happened in Stockholm, some people are asking a very different question. What if Keely Hodgkinson isn't the favorite anymore? Because on June 7th, something happened that nobody saw coming. A 22-year-old Swiss athlete named Audrey Werro didn't just beat Keely Hodgkinson. She may have completely changed the future of women's 800-meter running. And here's what makes it shocking. Before Stockholm, Hodgkinson had beaten Werro 8 consecutive times. 8. Every race, every meeting, every showdown. The gap wasn't even close. Just 3 months earlier at the World Indoor Championships, Hodgkinson beat Werro by more than a second. At this level, that's a huge margin. So when they lined up in Stockholm, nobody expected a different result. The race was built around one target, 1 minute, 54 seconds, world record territory. The pace was perfect. The pacemakers did their job. At 400 meters, they crossed in 55.54 seconds, exactly where they needed to be. Then Hodgkinson made her move. She took the lead. She hit the lights. She looked strong. She looked comfortable. She looked like a future world record holder. But there was one problem. Audrey Werro refused to disappear. Lap after lap, stride after stride, she stayed attached to Hodgkinson. Waiting, watching, believing. With 300 meters remaining, Hodgkinson surged again. Most athletes would have cracked. Most athletes would have faded. Werro did the opposite. She accelerated, and with less than 40 meters remaining, the impossible started happening. The Swiss star began hunting down the Olympic champion. The crowd could see it. The commentators could see it. Hodgkinson could feel it. Then Werro pulled alongside and blew straight past. The clock stopped at 1 minute, 53.98 seconds. Third fastest time in history. The first woman in 43 years to break 1:54 outdoors. A Diamond League record. and one of the greatest breakthroughs the sport has ever seen. But here's the crazy part. Keely Hodgkinson also ran one of the fastest races ever. Her 1:54.33 was a British record, and the sixth fastest performance in history. She ran faster than almost every woman who has ever lived, and she still lost. That's how unbelievable this race was. Now everything has changed. Because for months, the conversation was simple. Can Keely Hodgkinson break the world record? Now there's a new question. Can she even beat Audrey Wero? The Swiss star improved her personal best by nearly 2 full seconds, something almost unheard of at the elite level. And suddenly the athlete nobody was talking about is standing just fractions away from the oldest world record in athletics. Keely says she still plans to attack the world record in London. She says her target remains 1:53.28. But after Stockholm, one thing is clear. This is no longer Keely Hodgkinson versus history. This is Keely Hodgkinson versus Audrey Wero, and women's athletics may never be the same again.